Hello friends, let's do a therapeutic yoga practice. Today you will want to have a yoga block handy and a blanket, a bolster if you want it for Shavasana. We're going to begin our practice lying on our backs on the mat. We are going to begin with a breathing exercise. So if you're uncomfortable lying flat on your back with your legs extended, you could slide a bolster or a blanket under your knees, or you could lie with your feet on the mat, knees bent, and inner knees resting against one another. Make any adjustments that you need to in order to feel an optimal sense of comfort and ease in your body. Come into relationship with your body and notice, how does your body feel in this moment? Become more aware of your breathing. And name to yourself how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. For our breathing exercise, we're going to do a square breathing practice. So our first task is to simply match the length of the inhales with the length of the exhales. We're going to use a count of 4 to do that. So as you're taking your next in-breath, counting to 4 internally at whatever pace. Use that same pace to count to 4 as you exhale. Keep your 4 count flowing with your breath. 4 count in-breath. 4 count out-breath. Our inhale and our exhale are 2 sides of the square. And the other 2 sides are the pauses between inhale and exhale and between exhale and inhale. We'll also use 4 counts for our pauses. So as we inhale, we're counting to 4. The top of the in-breath will hold for 4 counts. Exhaling for a count of 4. And then pausing at the end of the exhale for 4 counts. Four counts for each part of the breath. If it feels forceful, pushy, you're hungry for air, please use 2 count pauses instead. Honor your body's needs. counting your way through one more full cycle of square breathing. And then allowing your breath to relax into its natural state, aware of your breath but no longer changing it. Notice the effects on your body and mind. And let's stretch our legs out in front of us and our arms out behind us. Get as long as you can get. Point your toes, reach through your fingertips, stretch your whole body. We're going to come into 5-pointed star from here by bringing our feet wide and also bringing our arms wide. So arms are in an upward facing V, legs are in a downward facing V. We'll just hang out here for a few breaths. We can let the body settle against the support of the ground, feeling this sense of expansion as we take up a lot of space with the body. We're going to come into a crescent moon stretch on our backs. So once again, we can stretch our legs downward, stretch our arms upward. We're going to take the left wrist into the right hand, and we're going to walk our feet over toward the right side of the mat. And then see if you can shimmy your shoulder blades also over toward the right side of your mat so that you're coming into a banana shape on your back. You can resituate your head so that your neck feels relaxed and open. You can also resituate your arms. If it's uncomfortable to have the arms extended overhead, you could bend your elbows so that your forearms are in your hands, or you could take the arms straight out to the sides. We want to feel that we can really let the body relax into this shape without pain or strong discomfort. Every breath, another opportunity to help your body and your mind to settle into this shape. When it feels just right, you can come into your crescent moon stretch on the other side, walking your heels to the left side of the mat, taking the right wrist into the hand, shimmying the shoulder blades to the left side of the mat, making any accommodations for your neck and shoulders that you need to in order to feel that this stretch is healthy for your body. Let's make our way back to center. It'll feel nice to hug your knees in toward your chest. We'll rest one hand on each knee. We're going to roll the knees around in a circle. We'll go around the other way a couple times. And then we'll allow soles of the feet to come down to resting on the mat. We're going to come into a reclined pigeon stance, crossing right ankle over left knee. You can either use your right hand to press against the right inner thigh, or you could lift your left foot and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or left knee to hug the legs toward the upper body. Pressing your shoulder blades into the ground might help to release unnecessary tension or hunching up in your shoulders, neck, and jaw. Stay with your awareness of your body and your breath. And let's come into the stretch on the other side. When you feel like you're well stretched on that side, you can release, maybe stretching both legs up toward the ceiling here for a moment. And then we're going to draw the knees back in preparation for a twist. We'll extend the arms out to the sides or overhead like a V shape. We'll lower the knees down to the right side to come into our twist. Maybe turning your head to look toward the left so the twist comes all the way up the spine. And we'll let the body settle into the shape here with each breath. It feels just right coming into your twist on the other side. And from here, we're going to roll completely onto the left side and press our way up to an all-fours position. Here's where you might like to use your blanket if you need a little extra padding to go under your knees. As we come to all-fours position, we can come into a heightened body awareness here, feeling the contact between the body and the ground. Becoming aware of your breath. We're going to do some fluid movement with the spine, beginning with a rounded back. We'll curl the tailbone under, tuck the chin toward the chest, and allow our hips to sink down toward the heels. Elbows bending, neck relaxed. We'll come back up to all fours, leading with the chest, drawing your chest forward towards your wrists as you lift back up. When you get to the top, you can start to round your back again. Curling tailbone and shin, sinking hips toward the heels, relaxing toward the earth. Chest leads as we make our way back up. Let's incorporate our square breathing here. So as we exhale, we'll round and sink back. At the end of the exhale, pausing for 2 or 3 counts. When you're ready to inhale, coming back up, leading with the chest at the top of the inhale, you can pause for a few counts. Rounding and sinking back on the exhale. You don't have to count. You can just allow your body to pause at the end of the inhale and exhale for whatever amount works for you. We'll take this through a few more breaths. We're inhaling as we rise and exhaling as we lower. Last one. When you finish, coming back up to your all fours position, take your time. We'll make our way into a wide knee child's pose from here, bringing knees wide, big toes together. We'll let the hips come down toward the heels, let the chest soften down toward the mat, or you could rest your chest on a bolster or a rolled blanket if that feels better for your joints. Allow your body to become heavy and relaxed, taking a moment to connect to a sense of compassion for your body and for yourself. One more generous breath. And then let's resume our all fours position. And we'll set up for downward facing dog, which you can either take on the floor or you can use the wall or a chair to rest your hands on instead. If you're using the floor, walk your hands further away from your knees. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, keep your knees slightly bent as you lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Pressing down actively through both hands like you're pushing the floor away. Roll your outer armpits toward the mat. You could extend your legs here or pedal your feet to invite a deeper stretch in your legs. From downward facing dog, we'll make our way into a standing fold. Keeping a soft bend in the knees, let your upper body become heavy and relaxed. Preparing to come to a halfway up position, we'll slide the hands up the legs until you feel that you can fully straighten your back. Press your shoulder blades up toward the ceiling. As you take your next exhale, release back down into your standing fold. On the inhale, come halfway up again, straightening the back, expanding the shoulder blades. We'll fold forward as we exhale. This next inhale, we're coming all the way up to standing. So we're going to give a push down through the feet as we sweep our arms up overhead. Get as tall as you can get. As you exhale, bring your palms to your heart. Pausing for a moment here, connecting to breath and body awareness. Make any adjustments in your feet so that you feel you have a strong connection between your feet and the ground. Equal weight between the feet, equal weight between the heels and the base of the toes, equal weight between the inner and outer foot. Giving a gentle pressure down through both feet as if you're pushing the floor away so that your leg muscles are active. You could also hug your thighs and hips gently toward the center of the body to further support your spine. We want the upper body to be open and relaxed, so we expand the shoulders apart from one another and we lengthen up to the crown of the head. Aware of your breath. We're going to do a half sun salutation using our square breathing. So as we inhale, we'll sweep the arms up, reach up and look up. A little pause at the top of your in-breath. When you're ready to exhale, take a forward fold. Soft bend in the knees as you fold. Let the exhale all the way out and add a pause at the end. As you inhale, come halfway up, straightening your back, pausing at the top of the in-breath. We'll fold forward again as we exhale and release. Little pause at the end. Inhale, sweeping all the way up. Push down through your feet as you lift your chest away from your hips, arms all the way up. On the exhale, return your palms to your heart. Let's take a pause here. We are going to do one more, but sometimes doing this kind of intensive breathing with going up and down can make people feel a little dizzy. So just coming back to your equilibrium. If it makes you feel dizzy, breathe normally. Let's do one more. As we inhale, we'll sweep our arms up, pausing at the top of the in-breath for a few counts. Exhale, folding forward. Gentle pause at the end of the exhale. And on the inhale, coming halfway up with a straight back. Pausing at the top of the in-breath, we'll fold forward again as we exhale. Little pause here. When you're ready to inhale, sweep all the way back up. And on the exhale, returning the palms to the heart. Pause and notice. Let's step back into a wide stance. We're going to set up for a warrior two stretch on the left side. We'll turn the left foot out and the right toes in just a little bit more than your heel. Bend your front knee, stack it over your ankle, and then bring your arms up, one in front, one in back. Gazing over your front hand like you're taking aim. We'll move with our breath in this practice as we exhale, bringing the front forearm to the thigh, reach through your back arm. And then as you inhale, coming back up into warrior two position. Exhale, forearm to thigh, back arm reaching. Inhale, warrior two. One more time. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Let's hold our final pose and breathe. Fierce concentration. And then straightening your front leg, let your back arm drop, reach through your front arm toward the ceiling. Let yourself breathe. And release. Let's come into that stance on the other side. So we'll turn the back toes in And the right toes out, bending the front knee to stack over the ankle, and then bringing the arms up. Gaze over the fingertips of your front hand. With the next exhale, forearm coming down to the thigh, back arm reaching, side angle pose. As you inhale, rotate back up into warrior two. 2 more times with your breath. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Holding our final pose, let yourself breathe. Straighten your front leg. Let your back arm drop, reaching up toward the sky with the front arm, maybe reaching back a little. Good. When you're ready to, you can release. Let's bring our feet parallel. We're going to take a wide leg fold. So we want to have the inner feet parallel, hands resting on the hips, soft bend in the knees. As you inhale, lengthen up through your sternum to elongate your spine. Exhale, fold forward from your hip creases, bringing your hands either down to a prop or the mat if that's accessible. Let your neck soften. We'll hold here and breathe. Been doing a lot of stretching today for the side waist. So if we want to continue to enhance that aspect of the practice, you can come into a wide leg down dog here by walking your hands forward from your feet, giving a little push down through your hands as you lengthen your hips and tailbone up toward the ceiling. Maybe roll your outer armpits toward the floor. You're ready to come out of the pose. If you're doing the wide leg down dog, of course you'll want to bring your hands back towards your feet. We're going to return the hands to the hips, pushing down through your feet like you're pushing the floor away. Lengthen your chest up away from your hips, coming up with a straight back. Let's do one more sequence in a wide stance. We'll take a triangle pose this time. So we're going to turn the left foot out again, and then the right toes in. And then a nice long stance here so that when you bring your arms up, your ankles are just about under your wrists. We're going to hug the thighs in toward the center of the body like you're trying to hold something between your legs. And then windmill that front hand down to rest on the leg. Whatever's easy to access, usually above or below the knee, works well for most people. Other arm reaching up. Think about opening this back hip and the torso forward toward the wall in front of you. We'll hold here and breathe. If you want to experiment, you could bring the hand a little further down the leg to see how it goes. And then to prepare to come out of the pose, we'll bend that front knee a little as we press our way back up. Coming into triangle pose on the other side. So we'll turn the left toes in, right toes out, taking a nice long stance. Arms lifted, hug your legs toward the center of your body to stabilize your foundation. Windmilling the front hand down to above or below the knee as the other arm comes up. We want to open the torso and the back hip toward the wall in front of us. So it's like you're in between two panes of glass. And then you might bring your hand a little further down the leg. The goal of triangle pose is not to get the hand to the floor, but rather to find a stretch that feels healthy and a challenge that feels healthy. To come out of the pose, you could bend your front knee a little as you press your way back up. We're going to do one more wide leg fold. So we're going to bring the feet back to a parallel position. As we inhale, we'll take the arms up into a 5-pointed star. As we exhale, we'll interlace fingers behind the back. Once the fingers interlock, inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, folding forward, gently pressing your hands away from your back. The legs could be straight, or if you have a sore, tight back this morning, especially lower back, you could bend your knees and lengthen your sitting bones up to get a nice release there in the lower back. One more generous breath. And then rooting down through the feet, we'll lift all the way back up to standing position. Good. Coming into a position where your feet are about shoulder distance apart. And we'll do a standing twist here. We're just going to swing our arms side to side and use the backs of the hands to give the lower back a friendly tap. And then we'll tap higher, so we're using palms of the hands to tap the shoulder blades. One more twist to each side. Good. And release. So let's finish our standing practice with a balance pose, coming into feet about hip distance apart here. We'll turn the palms to face forward. We'll take a moment to really root down through the feet, feeling the contact between your feet and the ground. As we inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up and lift our heels, pressing down through your big toe mounds as you lift. As you exhale, lowering heels and arms as slowly as you can. Incorporating square breathing. As we inhale, we'll lift the arms, we'll lift the heels. At the top of the in-breath, we'll pause for a few counts. And release on the exhale. Pausing at the bottom of the exhale, you decide the length. Inhale as you come up. Pausing at the top. Exhale, release. Pausing at the bottom. Let's do 3 more at your own breathing pace. When you finish this final cycle of breath, let your breathing come back to its natural state. Pause and notice. Let's step forward, coming back to the front of the mat if you're not already there. Bringing the palms together in Anjali Mudra. We're preparing to take one full sun salutation with the breath, but first coming back to postural awareness, strong contact between the feet and the ground, leg muscles active, shoulders open and relaxed. Aware of your breath. If you're enjoying a square breathing practice, you can use pauses at the end of your inhales and exhales. It's optional. As we inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. As we exhale, we'll fold forward. The inhale is going to bring us halfway up with a straight back. We'll fold again as we exhale. We're going to plant the palms, so bending the knees and stepping your feet back, either into full plank position or half plank with knees on the mat. Hold here for a full breath, and then lower all the way down to the floor. Untuck your toes as you inhale. Lift your chest, either taking low cobra or upward dog. And on the out breath, either taking downward facing dog or child's pose. Whatever feels right for your body in this moment. If you're taking downward facing dog, when the pose feels like it's run its course, make your way into whatever version of child's pose you prefer. We're going to finish our practice lying on our backs. If you have a yoga block, you'll want to have it handy. If you don't, you could supplement with a rolled blanket instead. We're going to come on down to lying on our backs, and we'll draw the knees in toward the chest. As you inhale, let your knees move forward, arms lengthen. Exhale, hugging in. Move at your own breathing pace. Feel free to continue to use a square breath if that feels helpful for your practice. Or you can just breathe naturally and normally. Allow the soles of your feet to come down to the mat. We're going to finish our practice in a supported shoulder stand. So feet about hip distance apart, we're going to lift the hips and place either a block or a rolled blanket under the base of the back. You might like to tuck your shoulders under a bit here, and then we'll bring the knees in and extend the legs up toward the ceiling. You can also do this pose without a prop if you'd like. You can just rest your lower back on the floor and extend your legs. You can either hold and breathe or feel free to get playful if you want to draw circles on the ceiling with your feet and kind of massage your lower back on the prop. Or maybe see how it feels to bring your feet wide, your soles of the feet together. When you're ready to, you can release. Feel free to take any final stretch of your choice that you need to round out your practice. And then ultimately making your way into Shavasana position, final relaxation. Feel free to utilize props here to create a position of optimal comfort for your body. relaxing all effort from your body, relaxing all effort from your mind. Becoming aware of your breathing. Feel the muscles that are moving to accommodate your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your abdomen. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel the caress of your breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. Can you isolate your attention into the right half of your body so that you're only aware of the right side of your body breathing? Aware of your right side abdomen, right side chest, and right nostril as you breathe. And now can you isolate your attention in the left side of your body and just feel the left side of the body breathing. Left abdomen, left chest, left nostril. Bringing attention into the right side body, feel the right side of your body breathing. Attention in the left half of the body, feel the left side body breathe. And now joining together both sides of your body into your awareness, feeling left and right side body breathe together. Allow yourself to enjoy deeper breaths. When it feels just right, inviting some gentle movement back into your body. Maybe stretching in any way that feels good. Making a leisurely transition back up to a comfortable seated posture. Square breathing is a very helpful tool for calming and clearing the mind. So hopefully we can close our practice with silence inside, simply feeling the body and the breath in silence in this moment. Let's bring our palms together at our hearts in a gesture of deep gratitude toward each other for showing up so we can support each other in our practice. Gratitude to yourself for taking time to take good care of yourself, which is a good way also to show up for the world. May the benefits of our practice together carry out with us into the rest of the day. Bowing to you.